Hello, welcome to Martha's Fragrance Corner. My name is Martha, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. This is my what I've been warming video. So most of the time it's empties. I have a partial in here, and this is about 2 weeks worth because I was out of town last weekend. So, but when I'm looking at it, I'm like, kind of looks like my regular week. So I guess I didn't warm a whole lot this week, and I did notice that. In April, I slowed down a bit. So I have my monthly check-in video coming later this week where I share, my stats, how I'm doing with my stash and the goal of bringing it down. And then kind of what I did this past month, which is different than this kind of monthly wrap-up live that we filmed this morning. So Steph and I filmed that this morning. It was a live, and so it's always great to hear from people and hearing about what their favorites were, what their duds were, what didn't work, stuff like that. So if you're interested in seeing that, I have that up on my channel. If not, this is just what I warmed in my empties. So let's get to it. All right, so I have Scentsy here that I start out with, and then I have my Lavender Wax. So let's start off with Scentsy. I have Isle of Clover. So this is green apple, like dewy greens in here. It is a green scent, but it's a nice green scent. Like it's not overly green. I don't like just grass, right? It's got the dewiness. It's got a little aquaticness. It's got a nice juicy green apple. I'm picky with apple, but this apple I liked. And this was a really good performer. I did use the entire clamshell down in open space. For some people, it's a super powerhouse. For me, I'd say it was a solid medium high. It was high, but I did use the whole clamshell and that's kind of how I measure it. Most of the time I can get away with 6 cubes. This time I put all 8, but it's very good. It's kind of fresh, perfect for this time of year. I left and ran an errand and came back, and I'm like, oh, it does smell nice in here. So this is one that is in my club, and it may not be a long-term club scent, but it is, because it's not one I'm going to reach for all the time, but I think it's kind of a nice, I'll call it like a palette cleanser, a little different than what I've been warming, a little different than what I normally warm, because I don't typically warm a lot of those green notes, but very, very nice. So I like this one. This was a little under the radar with St. Patrick's Day collection, so it's not available anymore, but if you clubbed it, good for you. I clubbed it, so I really am happy that I did. That was Isle of Clover. This next one here is from November of 2023, Wildflower Cotton. I warmed this, let's see, I think half of it in my bedroom and the other half downstairs, knowing I'm not going to get a full strong scent downstairs because it was half, but it's a good performer. I do like this scent. It reminds me of sandalwood tangerine or tangerine sandalwood, something like that, I think. But it came out during the Mother's Day collection in 2023, and I like it. It's a good performer. It's not a clean smelling one, but it is because of the cotton. But it's also got a touch of this floral to it. It's also a little musky for me, which I like. So this is Wildflower Cotton. I do enjoy that one. And I would say, interesting that it's a Mother's Day. It came out during the Mother's Day collection, because I would say it does kind of veer a teeny bit masculine, I think, with the heavy sandalwood. So, but really nice. Wildflower Cotton. And that one is in my club. It's a good performer for me. Fuzzy Blanket, also from November of 2023. And this one is one that I had in my club. I think I took it out. I do think that I took this out, but it was a love of mine, not so much anymore. So this is one where I like it, but it's okay. It's okay. But warmed it in the bedroom, used 4 cubes, kind of did this one twice during the 2 weeks, because it is such a strong performer that I would never warm all 8. It would blow me out of the house. So Fuzzy Blanket is a great performer, came out and Bring Back My Bar 2023, but I took it out of my club. But that was a good performer. Then we have Surfer Chick. This was from Bring Back My Bar, July of 2024. And this was very, very nice. I just did a haul on some of those Bring Back My Bars from last year that I kind of missed. Didn't really get to try them until now. This one it's a fruity floral, which I like. It's got a tropical fruitness to it. Really nice. I did like this. I warmed this in the bedroom. I would say it's a medium performer. It was medium for me, and I liked it. But I ended up kind of scrapping that entire club just because I'm like, I don't need these bars. Trying to be very, very picky. So Surfer Chick, I enjoyed it. Kind of wished maybe I had gotten maybe another 2 bars or something just to have, but that's okay. There's other bars that I'm going to love. So much wax. That was part of the live that I did this morning, was talking about our kind of favorites of the month, a little bit of a wrap up. And I wrote one down. So thanks for sharing. That's why I do love the lives. It's the interaction. And then I have one that I really need to look out for from Second and Spruce, that I think it was Carol that mentioned it. So those are fun to do. And I did that with Steph from Steph Loves Life. So thanks, Steph, for joining me. And this next one here, I did mention in that live, Plum and White Woods. This is also a Bring Back My Bar scent from 2023. This bar I've had since November of 2023. And this is just, it's so pretty. It's such a pretty soft floral. But it makes me happy. It's one of those scents that just like, it brightens my day, truly brightens my day. When I warm this in the bedroom here, and I warmed 6 cubes in the bedroom, it actually cured very, very well. It was a good performer for me. I'd say it was a medium but long, consistent scent back in 2023. Now that it's been sitting around for a little over a year, it got a little stronger. And it was just so pretty. It's so pretty. It's the one that stops me in my tracks and makes me go, what's in here? This is really pretty. So Plum and White Woods. Love this one. This is in my club. So speaking of the live, so that is a kind of wax roundup of highlights and lowlights of the month. So it's maybe an abridged version of these weekly wax, these weekly empties. And then I have my monthly check-in coming this week, I believe. I already filmed it, but I think I'll post it this week. And that's just, how did I do with my wax goal of bringing in less than I use? Is that right? Yeah. And then just whatever that's more personal, like how I'm doing, what I did, sharing some favorite hauls of other things. So that's a fun mishmash of stuff that I like to do. So that's coming on my channel. Yeah, this morning was the live, and then I already cleaned the bathroom. I gave myself cut some bangs because they were bugging me. And then I still have to do some cleaning. I'm trying to catch up from all the stuff I kind of, don't want to do or just don't have time to do, because YouTube takes a lot of time, but I love it. So that's why I do it. So I really appreciate you being here. Okay, moving on to Teddy Bees. Teddy Bees. So I actually had 2 samples that I decided to warm because they're accumulating. So I had Speakeasy. Speakeasy I used in a tea light, and I warmed this downstairs. I just dropped the whole sample in a tea light warmer, and this was so nice. This was really good. I remember when this was offered, it was probably in 2023, maybe fall of 2023. She brings this back. I do want some more of this. You get a little bit of the kind of like a smokiness, like a campfire marshmallow kind of scent. I don't know if there's like a vanilla bourbon in here or something like that, but really nice. And in my tea light, in just a little sample, filled up the downstairs. So I think this would be a pretty good performer for me. So I would definitely buy that. That is Speakeasy from Teddy Bees. And then this the next one is the vanillas from Teddy Bees. I got, did I buy this? No, this came out in fall of 2024, I believe, or maybe the summer pre-order. It was probably the summer pre-order. So it's just a very pretty vanilla scent. I can't remember if I picked this one up. I know I picked up a vanilla scent that pre-order, and it's pretty. I mean, I say that about all of Teddy B scents. They're pretty. They're feminine. This was like an upscale vanilla. I feel like I do get that almost like a sensual vanilla, maybe a little cashmere in here. I do feel like I get some of that. Tiny bit of cocoa butter. I don't know that those scents are in there, but that's what I'm picking up. I warmed this in the bedroom in my Diamond Milk warmer, or Milk Diamond Milk. I don't know. I always get that one wrong. Scentsy warmer. So it was light. I do find vanillas for me to be light in general. So this was a light performer. But pretty, but not something like I have to have. So it was just pretty. So how was your weekend? I'm planning on seeing a movie tomorrow. We'll see how that goes, but I'm trying to be super productive this weekend. And if I have a chance, I might do a Knowles Farm Scents pre-order video. I do like to do those, and I kind of went and pulled some that he's offering. I'm like, oh, maybe I should throw these in my main basket too before the pre-order. But yeah, I did not warm it. Oh yes, I did. I did warm Knowles Farm Scents. So I warmed this one. This is sugar cookie dough bread. This is from October of 2023. So I've had this one for a while. This is Amish friendship bread, zucchini bread, and sugar cookies. So Knowles has gone through a lot of changes in like how his wax is offered. Now they're in, which I really like, these snap bars. I really like this because this I have to chop up, but these were like these big chunks. I had 2 of these in the bag. So I warmed one and I pulled it out in my April basket because I'm like, I haven't warmed this in a long time. This is a scent that he offers mixed or blended with other scent notes, but on its own, it's really good. And I enjoyed this so much. Again, it had been a long time since I'd melted this, and because this is a repurchase. I might even have another one, and it's yeah, I'm smelling it right now. I might have to warm this today again later on because it's such a yummy, bready bakery note. It's another one that just made me happy when I'd kind of walk in the kitchen area and I'm like, this is a good scent. Like I haven't warmed this in a long time. So sugar cookie dough bread smells a little, I hate to say weird, but it doesn't smell as good in the bag on cold as it does when it's warming. When it's warming, it's a really, makes me happy. It's just a happy bakery, yummy, bready scent and performed fantastic for me. This one is poured October of 2023. So I've had it for a while. Okay, let's move on to Lavender and Speckles. I have Coastal Pine Cones. I mentioned this, I think, earlier in the month. I warmed some more of it, so I'm down to a little bit here. I'm down to maybe one more warm down in open space. It looks funny because I've been scooping it out, like using this as a scoop because the olive oil wax is that soft. It does remind me of like an ocean mist, ocean breeze scent. There is a little bit of that fresh water scent, if that makes sense. And then I love her pine cones. I love her pine cones oil. So this is roasted pine cones with hints of lemon. You do get and that I think adds to this brightness to it. The lemon, a marine air, and sea green. So you do get, I smell like I'm at the beach. Not I smell. I guess I'm saying I smell. That's what I smell. It reminds me, I guess is what I'm trying to say, like when I'm at the beach. Really good. On a nice, like slightly overcast day, but it's still kind of warm out. This reminds me of that. Kind of makes me think of Half Moon Bay on the coast of California. So Coastal Pine Cones, love that. That was a favorite, and I did talk about that one on the live. And then Soft Cashmere and Fig. This is luxurious fig, ginger, plums, woody musk blended with soft cashmere, warm amber, and spun sugar. This is from November of 2023. And I did touch on this again on the live. I know I'm referring to my live, but I found that Lavender and Speckles has performed so much better for me now that it's been sitting for a year or more. I've warmed it fresh poured kind of, within 2 months, and I can get a scent, more of a medium scent, I would say. But this time around, I warmed a lot of stuff in open space. I warmed the coastal pine cones downstairs in open space, and my Scentsy warmers, fantastic throw. Soft and cashmere and fig. This was in the bedroom here. It's going really, really well. I changed it out, so it's not what I'm warming now, but this was a good performer. Lasted all day. I can smell it really, really well. So I'd call this like a high in my bedroom. And it was good. I do like fig. Is this like one I have to have again? Probably not, but I enjoyed it. So that was Soft Cashmere and Fig. And then Flowers in the Forest. I also warmed this at the beginning of the month, but it was a big bag. And so now I finished it. This is Queen of the Night Flower, roasted pine cones, Palo Santo, and fresh cut grass. This is from May of 2024. This was a friend mail from Steph Loves Life, and I really enjoy this. I would buy this again. This is a good one. That Queen of the Night flower is very pretty. It's a floral. I mean, it is a floral blend, but I find it blended really well, especially with the pine cones and the Palo Santo and the green. You get that green note. That it's a beautiful spring scent. It's perfect for me this time of year where it's not hot summer, but the days are really pretty and you are starting to smell like the jasmine outside and all that stuff. So I've been really into spring scents, which normally I'm not, but I'm maybe because it hasn't quite hit spring, like it's the weather still not sure what it wants to do. Maybe that's why I'm craving more of these spring floral scents, but really pretty. Flowers in the Forest. So thank you for the friend mail stuff. And I would rebuy that again, warm this down in open space, and performed fantastic for me. So yeah, if you have had trouble with Lavender and Speckles in the past, let it cure. I think I've been very, very impressed. Where in the past, I would say medium to light performer. This time I'd say medium high to high performance, since those have been curing. So that was a nice treat. Okay. Here's a dud. This is, or not a dud. It performed fantastic. I just didn't like it. So this is Sea Salt Lavender Breeze. This is summer days spent by the sea with a soft lavender breeze. This was my least favorite of the month, I would say. And I warmed this upstairs in the bedrooms, in this room and in the guest room. I forgot what I was warming downstairs. I think it was a Scentsy. I don't remember what, but I was warming something downstairs from Scentsy and had this going upstairs. It was a work from home day, and this was coming downstairs. Instead of scent rising, this was like flowing downstairs because it was that strong. So great performer, but just smelled, it's just a weird blend for me. Very salty. I like sea salt, but I don't like heavy sea salt. And this was heavy on the sea salt. And then the lavender was not, to me, a sweet lavender. It was a little medicinal. Just an interesting blend, but very too salty. Like it's almost like I feel like I just licked some salt. It was that salty. So for me, I left this on for a couple hours. And again, I was downstairs most of the time and I can smell it. And I was like, when I came upstairs, I'm like, okay, I got to change this out because it's not for me. So yeah, let me know if you've ever tried this one. This is from Macaron Wax Melts. At the time I purchased it. No, I didn't buy this. This was friend mail. Sorry. This was friend mail. The time I got this, they were scoopable tart wax. So that was a no for me. Then I talked about this in my May melting basket. I have added some Salt Mountain Melts in my May melting basket in honor of Amanda and in honor of enjoying things now and not like holding on and hoarding things, but really in just enjoying what you have right now. And so I tried her Outer Banks, and really cute. She always made these cute labels. I love this. And I warmed some of that on the day that I heard that she had passed away in her honor. This is a really pretty, basically like a beach night scent. So this is Beach Nights Marshmallow Cake and Sugar Cookie, and it was poured November of 2023. Warmed it downstairs in open space. This was like a medium performer for me. I probably, next time I will use more wax for open space, but it's a really nice Beach Nights blend. So Outer Banks from Salt Mountain Melts. And then last but not least, when it comes to wax, making sure sometimes I take things out ahead of time and they pop up later. These two are samples that I got from the Candle Nurse. And this first one here is Abuelita. I tried looking on her master list and I did not see the scent. So I don't think she's offered this before. I don't know what the scent notes are, but to me, this smelled like a delicious, yummy snickerdoodle. So I got some of cinnamon. I got some like cinnamon sugar. I got a cookie. She should offer this. If she does, I mean, this was really good. It was a strong performer down in open space, and the clamshell is like 2.5 ounces. So it was a strong performer. It did die down a little faster than some of our other wax that I've used, but it was a powerhouse in the beginning. Like it filled the room. And then by the 5th hour, it got much lighter, or my nose went blind. I don't know. I didn't go anywhere and come back. I was inside all the time while this was warming. All the time. I was inside while this was warming. I didn't go anywhere. I guess I'm having trouble today, and really good. I would get this for me like a snickerdoodle. So I'll have to ask her what this is, because that's what I got and I liked it. This last one here is Lunar Lace, and this was in a souffle. She had numbered the souffles that she gave me, so I had 3, 4, and 5, I think. Chopping this one was really nice, so I don't know if, I'm guessing it was consistency in the souffle. Because number 3, I got some crumbling. With number 5, I did not, so I'm thinking that's what it was. Warm this in the bedroom, and this one honestly isn't memorable to me. Like I remember thinking, oh, it's pretty, but it was on the lighter side. So this was a light performer for me in the bedroom, and it was okay. I mean, it's pretty, but like I don't really remember too much about it. So Lunar Lace. So that I went through that fast. At least I think I did. And then last but not least, I have a empty hand wash. This is Electric Limeade. I picked this up last year during their summer sale, Bath & Body Works summer sale. And yeah, just had this in the bathroom. I have to remember not to buy these very often. It's tempting, especially when you get a good price, but they kind of dry my hands out. So it's just something I have in the guest bathroom basically. But good scent, like the scent, and use that one up. And I think that might be my last Bath & Body Works soap that I have. Yeah, I think it is. So that is an empty. And that was that. Let me know what some of your favorites were. I'd say my favorite was probably Coastal Pine Cones and Plum and Whitewoods for this week for sure. Love those. And then my not so favorite was that Sea Salts and Lavender scent. That was just kind of weird. So that is that. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. I love doing this. I love doing videos and connecting with you all and chatting about wax, because it truly makes me happy, especially on weeks that have been rough. And this week has been rough, but it just brings a joy to me. And if you're watching, probably brings a joy to you. So thank you so much, and I'll chat with you later. Bye-bye.